Here we are with Steve Mann. And can you tell us what you do, Steve?
I'm redesigning the world to be a place that we can live for eons without destroying the earth. Next spring we want to start our tomatoes and peppers, all our crops that we want to get an early start in a cold frame instead of using a greenhouse, because it's more of an appropriate technology for small homesteaders and urban farmers. So I'm going to use some native lumber I get from a sawmill. This is oak. So I'm going to use this for the frame.
It's going to sit on the ground, and then we're going to bend some steel conduit for the ribs to hold the plastic up, and then we're going to cover the whole thing with plastic. And this is a very lightweight, very cheap device to warm the soil and protect our plants in the springs so we can get a head start.
I'm creating clips on the corners to hold the frame together. I'm cutting the hoop rib, which is made out of steel, half-inch steel conduit. It costs $2 for a 10-foot piece. So I'm using this pipe cutter to cut that off.
Stella's cutting the tubing. Okay, you gotta keep tightening it.
We've bent the 5 ribs it's going to take for this cold frame. Now we're going to mount them 2 feet apart. A mini greenhouse, unheated except by sunlight, and it'll allow us to start plants ahead of when we could put them in the ground.
So Steve, what are you going to put in this when you get it finished?
I'm going to grow tomatoes and peppers. I'll start the plants in here, then I'll dig them up and plant them throughout my gardens.
Okay, and you're going to start these in
March.
So you get it in
Well, a month and a half head start on if I was to plant them directly in the soil. And I won't have to heat a greenhouse to keep them alive in the cold of the winter. And I don't need them that early anyway. I can wait a couple weeks on my tomatoes.
We're stretching the plastic and stapling it down to the wood base. Oh. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. This is what we'll do in fast motion. Get this part. Here we are, we're at Steve's wonderful garden. As you can see, it's December, end of December, and
Kale growing.
so have kale growing.
Lettuce. Look at it.
We'll look at the lettuce. Alright. We're now putting the efforts of the afternoon
So next spring, I'll plant tomatoes and peppers in there, and they'll get a head start. They'll get all that warm spring sun through the plastic. They'll heat that up early, and I'll be enjoying tomatoes in July.
Tiny, tiny water sandwiches, tiny bananas, tiny bananas.